Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, February 25th, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Immature love says, I love you because I need you, while mature love says, I need you because I love you. You may have been fortunate enough to meet someone in this life who constantly triggers you. Unknowingly, they push some hidden secret button that instantly launches inside you a state of anger, hurt, blame, or fear, where you turn into a frightened little mouse or a fire-breathing dragon. This person could be your lover, best friend, mother, father, sister, brother, or neighbor across the street. Could also be an impersonal figure on TV, a political party, a work competitor, or perhaps a group of unjustified terrorists you've never met in a country you've never visited. Anyone who can set you off balance, where your sense of peace is instantly lost, is your greatest teacher and has a powerful, enlightening lesson to give you. The enlightened Master Jesus spoke often about learning how to love thine enemy. This may be the greatest challenge that this humanity has ever come across, because we simply have forgotten one key ingredient. The real enemy is not out there, yet within our minds. So the most important question we can ask ourselves is, how do we love ourselves deeply and eternally? This is the essential teaching that will immediately catapult your life into the deepest levels of peace and the highest vibration of consciousness. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Rumi. When you embrace those unlovable parts which you absolutely cannot talk about, and to love that part that still feels deeply wounded by your past, your life takes on truly profound meaning and mission. You discover profound freedom, limitless joy, and eternal lightness inside you. This inner joy cannot and will not ever be disturbed by anything or anyone. No matter what negativity anyone throws at you, it cannot hurt you. When there is a wellspring of self-love inside you, it radiates an infectious sensitivity brimming with kindness, self-forgiveness, and compassion. This energy is more powerful and contagious than any negative remark. When self-compassion is already playing its sweet healing music inside you, no negative energy of this world can touch you. When self-compassion is already playing its sweet healing music inside you, no negative energy of this world can touch you. Instead, you touch them and teach them the power and liberation of self-love. The amount of energy you lose in judging yourself is extremely draining and unnecessary. Whenever you separate yourself from love, a shift happens inside your mind that believes you're separate from God, which creates a separation in yourself. The amount of energy that we lose in judging ourselves is extremely draining and unnecessary. When we separate ourselves from love, a shift happens inside our minds that believes we are separate from the God, which creates a separation in ourselves. We always become that which we cannot embrace. So no matter how small the self-judgment may be, that one little thing that you just cannot accept becomes the master over you. We only create enemies in the outer world because there is something we don't care to see inside ourselves. Once we love this part inside, then the whole outer world reflects that perfection back to us. The universe is all set up so perfectly for us to become enlightened. All the greatest treasures are hidden behind that which we wouldn't want to be with. Pamela Wilson. Perhaps your belief system is not set 100% in stone. Just maybe, your mind is yours to create, imagine, and decide to manifest however you want it to be. Meaning, if you are upset and often triggered by your partner because they are a control freak, you are rejecting some part of yourself that is trying to always be in control, or not okay with feeling a lack of control. Our issues are always in our tissues. Our issues are always in our tissues. And these programs usually date to childhood traumas and dramas, or perhaps many lifetimes ago. They can be so ingrained that we may be willing to get divorced, fired, or even choose to leave the country instead of choosing to have compassion for this person and change your reaction to come from love. A little trick you can do. The moment you feel yourself being stepped on or triggered by someone else is to step back emotionally, mentally, and or physically. Consciously moving back even a few extra centimeters to give you space can be enough for you to shift into a more expanded perspective and understanding. If you're in a car and you have no place to move, just take one deep breath and imagine that your energy is as vast and expansive as the entire sky. Experiment with what it's like to listen to this person from a higher sky-like perspective, where you see the experience from a cosmic or worldview level. And from here, you can imagine the radical and super sacred lesson this person is unconsciously attempting to teach you. It's often a lesson that will empower, enlighten, and redefine you in a way you've never known yourself to be. We judge others because we don't understand how powerful we all truly are. Once we see that we are a soul who is on an infinite journey through time and space for eternity, we will be kind and compassionate to everyone, because we will see them again and again and again. We cannot escape from this universe or the spiritual lessons it's going to teach us. We can pretend we are above it all, yet if we have any level of inner conflict inside ourselves with anyone, we haven't yet mastered what we came here to learn. If you decide to divorce your mate, you will get a second chance at some point to learn the same lessons with the next lover. The lesson always has something to do with love, forgiveness, trust, healing an old wound, and are opening your mind to a more expansive viewpoint of who you are. Learning this sacred lesson now will empower and liberate you much more than waiting till later. With a spiritual perspective, we can find peace inside ourselves the next time our partner does or says that one little thing that drives you bonkers. The moment you start seeing life as non-serious, a playfulness, all the burden on your heart disappears. all the fear of death, of life, of love, everything disappears. One starts living with a very light weight or almost no weight. So weightless one becomes. One can fly in the open sky. It's important to understand your mind can make anybody into your best friend or your worst foe. Until the mind has realized the truth of who you really are, it will continue to judge and make assumptions that are not true. Loving your enemy starts and ends with understanding their wounds, belief systems, and childhood conditioning. Through listening deeply to what your enemy is feeling behind their words, you can see why they are exactly the way they are. The next time they trigger you, you will react less and have more compassion instead, because you understand their core wounding. Compassion naturally arises when you know the depth of pain the other is holding inside. So if someone were to tell you a story about them, what they had experienced, what they were experiencing, all the trials and tribulations that they have gone through to date, we have a tendency to do one of two things. We compare ourselves to them and what they have forged through. And then sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes we identify with what they're telling us because we've had similar challenges. And so then we are much more compassionate toward that person. When we see that our enemy is doing their best in life with the resources and information they've been fed, and that we would be just like them if we were born in their mother's womb, we will learn how to relax and let go. The more sensitive we are to their experiences of life and the deep challenges they face every day, the more detached we become from our ego's point of view and can find a place for them in our hearts. And I'm not saying taking a serial killer into your home and befriending them. Devote yourself to living in a constant state of compassion. You will find a warm light glows inside you, and a joyous, freeing feeling surfaces with everyone you encounter. You can discover that who you are is the source of love. Is the source of love. Who we are is the source of love, the God within these bodies. This is the sacred secret to expanding our energies and becoming the most contagious, empowering, magnetic, manifesting experience in our universe. Turn within and you will become free and liberated because it's all a dream. Robert Adams. Turn within and you will become free and liberated because it's all a dream. We are all in this life together, obviously. No one is separate from the other, as each unique part affects and creates the whole. With 8 billion people on this planet, you're going to encounter 8 billion different belief systems, which will not always agree with each other about everything. So, to get along with everyone here, the discovery is learning how to accept the parts you cannot change and change the parts you can. So to get along with everyone here on this planet, the discovery is learning how to accept the parts you cannot change and change the parts you can. It's about moving beyond our belief system and unraveling this defensive, protective ego. For instance, you probably have seen movies or depicting how humanity when an off-worlder lands on our planet and our immediate response, as the movies show, is to do harm or to destroy the things we cannot understand or we don't understand. That's the ego. That's the ego's defensive protectiveness. Whenever our ego projects blame or shame on another, know that this is always a strategy to distract you from looking at yourself. Whenever your ego projects blame or shame on another, know that this is always a strategy to distract you from looking at yourself. When pointing your finger outwards, you don't have to point it within. You can avoid feeling your pain and believe they are wrong. You don't have to do the inner healing work that would transform your own life. If and when your ego could look deeper inside into your past, you'll notice there is a pattern here where your first judgment started and continued. It is in this initial reaction that you'll discover the key that unlocks the door to your finding the ultimate state of freedom. Have you ever, when you start judging something or someone, and have you ever felt what it feels like? The residual of you judging another. In an event you find yourself judging something or someone, be aware of that. Be aware of how it feels when you're judging something or someone. Critiquing them, analyzing them. The feeling isn't great, is it? You don't feel happy. You feel kind of sluggish, weighted. So it doesn't feel good. But we don't think about that very much at all as we judge. And we end up shaking it off eventually. And it is very interesting that we, as a civilization, haven't figured it out yet that we, each of us, are constantly moving energy into form, creating it into reality. I don't believe that there is one even split second where we are not doing this. This is why we always talk about focus on what you want in this life, not what you don't want. And many of us are convinced through programming that this is all, the ego mind, this is all a bunch of hogwash, poppycock, has no validity. But that's false. It's the opposite. And I believe that a lot of people believe that it's too difficult. It's too challenging. It's too complicated for someone to do that. So they walk on by. And it's as simple as attracting what you want into your life with effortless ease and joy. That includes your attitude, right? How you feel, think about everything. someone may say something to you in passing, right? And whatever it is they say to you may impact you for the next several hours, and your manifesting abilities shift. And when the ego mind is convinced that you have a dark cloud hanging over your head, you will have a dark cloud hanging over your head, because you will manifest it every split second. That's with everything in this life, everything in every past life, everything in every future life. It's what we focus on. If you focus on pain, sorrow, anguish, depression, you're going to continually get more of the same. It's a proven fact. It's scientifically proven. The specific frequency of energy that we create on our inner worlds must be matched by our outer world. The specific frequency of energy we create on our inner world must be matched by our outer world. If and when we create or we are feeling positive and happy, we will magnetize circumstances and people that mirror those positive qualities back to us. Through the power of placing our attention on the intention of what we wish to manifest and feel it as if it is already here now, we can effortlessly attract anything we can imagine on our outer world. You see, many of us focus on the outer world on what we want, not the inner world first. It's the outer world. This is why it does not come. The reality of this basic manifesting principle to most may feel unreal, outrageous, or miraculous for you. Yet it is the law that governs this universe we all live in. By summoning feelings of great joy within us, mixed with the sensation that our desire has already come to fruition, you can actually watch your hidden desires spontaneously show up in your world. For example, let's say you're continuously feeling, thinking, and vibrating like a billionaire 24 hours a day, and never having any other ideas than this. You're bound to attract people who have billions in the bank to you. Perhaps you will create a situation in which this magnitude of money will physically show up in your life in some form. Now, these vibrations can be a millionaire vibration, a billionaire, whatever you deem. So the billionaire vibration you send out has to boomerang its way back to you. And large amounts of money must organically find a way to sneak into your life. They can come in any way, shape, form, unbeknownst to you. And what we think about and how we think about it is what the universe yearns to unfold and develop for us. It truly has no other choice. It is the foundational law and core principle of all creation. The vast empty field of energy all around us yearns to fill it with the ideas and desires bubbling up inside of our hearts and minds. It is a natural power we were all born with. And we can never, ever lose it. It will be how our body and mind operates in this world until the day we leave the body. The people who are aware of these manifesting laws and align their life with them are the ones who experience outrageous success in their lives in extremely short periods of time. It's good to know that we all have access to this power, this manifesting power equally. No human was born with more manifesting power than another, no matter how much the ego mind tries to portray that. No human, no Homo sapien was born with more manifesting power than another. Some people just have trained their minds to focus more acutely and are able to hold their awareness on what they desire for a longer period of time. Another law of manifesting states that the length of time one can hold their attention on their intention is proportional to how long it will take for that desire to show up in the physical world. For example, if you can hold your mind on the feeling that you already are financially free for 4 minutes without having any other random thoughts enter, you will manifest the money twice as fast as if you could only hold your attention span for 2 minutes. Now see, the way we've been programmed, and because the ego mind is at the helm, you will not believe that. You won't. You'll do it, but you won't believe it. You'll have that uneasy feeling, that doubt, that smidgen of lack of trust, that smidgen of lack of confidence in yourself and the universe. And you've ever seen people say that they told you it wouldn't happen? They say, watch what happens. I'll do this, and they say they'll guarantee you that it won't happen for them. And it doesn't. Well, how crazy is that? And then they say, see, I told you so. One of the manifesting laws that many people are not aware of is that we gain immediate full access to our deepest manifesting powers when we release all doubt and disbelief around the intimate spiritual connection we have with existence. One of the manifesting laws that many people are not aware of is that we gain immediate full access to our deepest manifesting powers when we release all doubt and disbelief around the intimate spiritual connection we have with existence. Doubts serve as a barricade and stop the positive energy from flowing through. As well, they leak negative energy into our system. The less doubt we have inside, the easier it becomes to feel we deserve to receive the end result we wish to manifest. The less doubt that we have inside ourselves, the easier it becomes to feel we deserve to receive the end result we wish to manifest. Doubt, however, is not so easily erased by free will. We must choose to discover something deeper than doubt to uproot its grasp on our lives. We must choose to realize our spiritual connection with this universe. Learn how to feel at one with everyone and everything, including doubt. We must choose to mentally, emotionally, and physically unite with every energy in this world. Unite mentally, emotionally, and physically with every energy in this world. The more relaxed we are on the inside, the easier it becomes to harness the creative energy that is all around us and connecting everyone and everything in our lives. Now, it may sound and it may seem like a big fabricated lie, right? Because that's how the ego mind looks at it. It may seem like a big fabricated lie. Yet material desires are designed to find their way into our lives with precious precision and effortless ease. Material desires are designed to find their way into our lives with precision and effortless ease. When we stop believing in the illusion of apparent separation and know on a quantum metaphysical level that we are living in one great ocean of conscious energy, we open the energetic manifesting gates in the path before us. As long as we feel disconnected from this universe feels separate from us, it always mirrors back to us what we are putting out into. It honors our response to it, reflected to us whatever choice and perception we are making. Cannot break this great law of like attracts like. This universe will only withhold our desired outcome from showing up as long as we continue maintaining a feeling of separation from it. When we give our attention, we give of our soul. One moment of pure attention is worth a pound of gold. Lisa Guyman. We cannot stop. We cannot stop moving energy to form created into reality and experiences. We cannot stop manifesting, whether we are aware of it or not. And most of us aren't aware of it. We are constantly creating everything around us. This must be stated and said over and over and over and over again, endlessly. We were born as extremely powerful, supreme, manifesting immortal magnets who are already forming every aspect in our lives through our beliefs about what is real and what is not real. Whether we are consciously choosing these beliefs or regurgitating them unknowingly, reality listens to what we believe is true. Reality listens to what we believe is true. The more we can honor this truth, the more amazing our lives will become. Reality listens to what we believe is true. What we believe is true. The more we can honor this truth, the more amazing our life will become. Spend a few minutes a day with this feeling that you are a manifesting magnet and cannot stop manifesting. Now, just about all of the issues that we are confronted with on this planet is because we block the very thing that we aspire to. We block our power through doubt, fear, and when we feel into this idea so often that it sinks completely into the deepest belief system within us, we will soon find its truth showing up in every aspect of our day. So it's a choice for every one of us to feel into this idea so often that it sinks completely into the deepest belief system within you. You are reprogramming yourself. You will soon find its truth showing up in every aspect of your life, of your day. We can retrain ourselves to believe in any version of reality if and when we want it bad enough. We simply need to be more honest with ourselves about how stuck we may feel in our lives. It is our pain that ultimately motivates and inspires us to bring about enormous deep change. When everything is going smoothly, we have no deeper yearning to shape-shift our belief system. It is only when we feel into our deepest pain that we yearn to remember just how amazing, lovable, and powerful we truly are. If or when you have felt challenged with this idea of that you are a powerful manifesting being and simply do not believe anyone can create anything they desire anytime, then you are creating exactly that world for yourself right now. We define our limitations of what we are capable of creating in each new moment of this journey. Our reality is continuously being formed and shaped around us, and our thoughts are constantly molding themselves into the form of our reality. Thoughts are always flowing, moving, and creating our experience of this life in each new moment. Each moment of this life is so fresh and new that it believes, much like a blank canvas, that you can paint anything you want on it. You can suddenly choose to paint a sailboat and imagine it taking you into a new direction of your life by pointing your inner rudder towards an entirely new dream destination and life goal. You could choose to give up years of financial struggle and shift into thinking, feeling, and becoming a highly effective manifester in just a few minutes by merely holding your attention on integrating this manifesting mindset without a single doubt entering. You will rewire the neuronal pathways in your brain and begin amplifying the manifesting magnet hidden within you. And when our entire being is completely alert and relaxed, feeling sweetly centered in the core of our bodies, the mind becomes very quiet and very, very, very still. When we can relax enough and let a continuous river of confident, peaceful feelings come flooding inside, you will start to realize how you are already attracting and creating your dream life. Then you can feel into your deepest connection with this life, where the most intimate personal realization is discovered that this enormous manifesting power is your very nature. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. taken easy. And slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. Everything is temporary. Everything changes and is impermanent in this universe. The more we surrender to the awareness and live in the state of wonder and awe and deep appreciation for what is here now, the mind has no choice but to let go and trust this life. In the very end, every little thing is going to work out for you, others, and from the very highest good of all concerned. When we surrender to the possibility that this moment is perfect, we see how everything is in alignment. We know the highest possible consciousness is always in charge of everything. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night. And the following morning, we'll return here Sunday, February 26th, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Stay in deep gratitude. If you're not in deep gratitude, move into deep gratitude. Focus on everything you're grateful for. You're never going to run out of what you're grateful for. And be gentle, kind, and generous, and humble with yourself at all times.